It was billed as a clash of contenders, but instead it became a showcase of Collingwood's seemingly unbreakable system, their ever-adaptable defence and Adelaide's reoccurring problem with wasting field dominance. The Pies held firm to win by 10 points at the G, extending their streak against the Crows to 11 straight and marching to the top of the ladder with a record of 8-2. But this was more than just a win. It was a defensive masterclass and a window into why the Pies look like Premiership favourites, even without their skipper. Let's run the intro and get into it. With Darcy Moore out, Tex Walker subbed off early and the Crows surging late, this was far from clinical. This was resilient. The Pies took control early and led by a stunning Jeremy Howe performance down back. Adelaide had momentum swings, particularly in quarter two, where Fogarty kicked 3 goals. But they butchered key chances in quarter three and quarter four. Set shots from Rankine, Dan Curtin went begging. Collingwood, by contrast, as they often do, nailed theirs, including a 50-metre bomb from Brodie Majacek. This typifies Collingwood's ruthlessness. The game could have swung Adelaide's way. The Crows had 8 more inside 50s and controlled clearance after half-time. But their conversion, as always, was poor. And that's a Collingwood staple. The perceived pressure from the Pies just seems to cause issues for the opposition. They seized territory, the Pies did, leveraged repeat pressure and suffocated scoring. A classic fly masterclass for McCreery ball. Let's deep dive into the tactics. Adelaide's missed moments. This has plagued them this year. 8+ more inside 50s, but the same number of scoring shots. 45% going inside 50 versus Pies 53%. It's the inefficiency that seems to kill them. Crows had more clearances, +10, but could only muster 9 points more from these sources. And their disposal efficiency, 70%, just under 70%. It was the key decisions at goal, though, that cost them. Rochelle, Rankine, Curtin, that really let them down. Scoreboard pressure is the number one in the AFL. From a tactical point of view, though, they did pretty well. They pushed players around stoppage. They looked to play it right. But at times they gave up corridor territory, and that hands the game to Collingwood on transition, particularly with their deep forward press. Collingwood's defensive fortress has to be talked about. With Darcy Moore watching from the stands, it was the Jeremy Howe show. 13 intercept marks from him, 13 intercept possessions from him, 4 intercept marks. He shut down Tex. He then went on Fogarty, all while controlling aerial space in what is a tricky forward line and tricky conditions. He was ably backed up as well. Billy Frampton, 13 1%ers, and no goals against Riley Thilthorpe. Maynard leading as a skipper, high positioning and very physical. And Josh Daicos off halfback was sensational, 29 touches, 11 intercepts and a staggering 524 metres gained. They had absorbed enormous pressure from losing clearances, but restricted the Crows to limiting their scores. The forward pressure of the Pies is really, really poignant at the minute. The 2 players that really defined this, Beau McCreery's bone-crunching tackle on Rankine in quarter 3, which led to a goal, and then Majacek's cold-blooded 50-metre set shot after Rochelle missed the other end. Collingwood don't just absorb, they flip the field of mistakes. It's not just pressure, it's how they turn it into ground and scoreboard dominance. When we look at the score sources this week, Collingwood 67 from turnover, 43 from Adelaide, and the stoppage scores 4 for Collingwood and 13 for Adelaide. Crows did win structure battles, but Collingwood win the pressure battles and when it counts the most. 3 standouts from both sides. Jeremy Howe, 17 touches, 13 intercepts, 5 marks, dominated aerially and neutralised Tex, and then Fogarty, best on ground in what was a wet weather dogfight in the second half. Josh Daicos, 29 touches, 524 metres gained, 11 intercepts, crucial delivery off halfback, including setting up Hill's brilliant goal. Pies have a real complete outside game, and Josh Daicos is just one of many that can cut you apart. And Beau McCreery, only 12 disposals, but his 6 tackles were really, really standard setters, defined the third quarter with that chase down effort, and he is a real metronome for the Pies. He's a spark plug that changes the tone of the game. 3 for Adelaide. Darcy Fogarty, 4 goals, 3 in quarter 2 alone. Took advantage of mismatches, but faded late, but at 25 goals for the year, a real Coleman threat. Jordan Dawson, 20 kicks, 8 tackles, 8 score involvements, delivered elite ball use and vision early, but when the game was there to be won, he kind of ghosted. And Jake Saligo, 2 goals, 5 score involvements, one of the cleaner ball users inside 50, continued to show he is having a really solid season. And then let's look at some of the talking points. Nick Daicos, 28 touches, but a staggering 17 handballs. Crows succeeded in keeping him out of the influence of the game. Alex Neil-Bullen did a great job on this. Collingwood's pressure, they are, in the last 5 rounds, the leading scorers from turnover, just under 60 points. And their territorial game, they're a top 5 side in the last 5 comps for gaining 17.4 metres per touch. They get the territory battle, and they also punish you. Tex subbed off early. Was that a tactical? Was that a struggling? Either way, it really gave the Pies aerial dominance, and the streak lives on. 11 straight wins now for the Pies. Is it a mental block for the Crows? So here we go again. Collingwood, system strong, backline brutal, pressure perfect. Adelaide, full of promise, but still need to find a way to snatch these victories in the jaws of defeat. The Crows could have won this game, but the Pies just know how to win. If you're a Magpie, the flag talk can't be premature now. This side is built for September. And if you're a Crow, I think they're still in with a good shot. They've got to learn from these games, though, but they play such a beautiful brand of football. Leave your thoughts below. Who stood out for you? What was the big factor for you? And until next time, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. See you soon. Pommy out.